brilliant students out there, it's my pleasure being with you today. I am Andy, your anchor on this channel, New Track Mathematics video. If you are in grade 5, then this very video is for you. Today we're going to take the first topic in the first term of your scheme of work, and if you continue watching our video, we'll take other topics consequently. It's my pleasure being with you, and I'm so excited to bring out this video to you. Today we are going to consider the place values of number. Hey, the way you're looking at me, it seems this is the very first time you have seen it seems you have been missing a lot from the past videos we have been publishing. Do you know what to do to meet up? All you just need to do is to hit the subscribe button now, so you can frequently get chunks of our video lessons as they are being produced. It's my pleasure being with you, and today we are going to look at the place value of numbers. Now let's go out of the mathematical world. Let's take ourselves outside. In the world, there is a place for everyone in any arrangement. In a country, you have the president, you have the vice president, you have the legislatures, and you have the citizens. All of them have their various places. The citizen cannot take the place of the president. In your school, you have a place for everyone. You have the principal, you have the vice principal, you have the VP admin and the other VP, you have the teachers, and you have the students. A student cannot take the place of a principal. Is it possible? Of course it's not. And in every arrangement, there is a place for everyone. Same goes with mathematics. In every set of numbers, there is a place for every digit. A digit in the tens cannot take the place of a digit in the thousand. It's not possible. So today, we are going to show you how to place values in their various place value. The place value of numbers is the place that every number takes in a set of number. And guess what? We are going to use the abacus. The abacus is a tool that can help us see the need of grouping these numbers in their various place values. Now in the abacus, we have a place for the units, we have a place for the tens, we have a place for the hundreds, we have a place for the thousands, we have a place for the million, we have a place for the billion, we have a place for the trillion, we have a place for every number, and that is exactly what we are going to do today. Now guess what? At the end of this video, you should be able to place each numbers in their various place values, and this will include decimal number. Now I'm going to teach you how to use the abacus in doing this. Are you ready? Now let's go. Now when we use the abacus, I told you earlier on, is a tool that helps us arrange numbers in their various arrangements. Definitely you can see the picture on the screen, but this time around I'm going to write and draw it down so that you can be able to understand what we are doing. The abacus is just like this, where you have numbers in their various categories. Now if you have numbers like this, you're going to have numbers outside this place will be for the what? For the decimal number. We'll talk about that, but this time around let's consider first numbers that are not what? Decimal. Now this point, we'll take this point for the numbers in what? In units. This will be for the number in the tens, this will be for the number in the hundreds, this will be for numbers in what? In thousand. Then after thousand, what next? We'll have numbers in tens of what? Tens of thousands. If we go ahead, we are going to have numbers in what? We'll go ahead, we are going to have numbers in, we'll get this to the millions, hundreds of what? hundred of thousands, and finally we'll have numbers in the what? In the million. So you see, on and on it goes. After million you have tens of millions, you have hundreds of millions, and then you have the billion. After that you have tens of billions, you have hundreds of billions, and then you have the trillion. On and on it goes. So the abacus help us place these numbers in their various values. So you see how interesting it can be. These numbers here are numbers in their tens, and they are numbers with what? With no zeros at all. Examples of such numbers is when you have 1, when you have 2, you have 3, you have 9, you have 8. All these are unit numbers. Now the abacus help you also know the number of zeros that are in a given number. Now the number of tens are numbers in the power of what? In the power of 1. And hundreds are numbers in the powers of what? 2. When you have 2 zeros. Examples of this is when you have 10, you have 20. Now numbers are this, like when you have 100, you have 400. You see, you have 2 zeros. Thousands are in the numbers of 3. Tens of thousands are power of 4. Hundreds of thousands power of 5, and millions is power of what? 6. So you see, using the abacus we can be able to place each of these numbers in their various what? In their various category. Now we are going to look at examples on how to go about this, and with these examples I'm going to show you how to represent numbers in this set of value. But before then, let's consider the whole number as it is. We are going to consider the decimal or the fractional part of this number, and then we are going to consider the non-fractional part of this number. And after that, we'll go into taking some little examples. And let's consider the placing of numbers in their various place values. Now, each of these digits I told you earlier on have numbers in their various place values. Now, what do we really need to do? Remember the last time I told you that we have numbers, and the first number, let's start from the units. After the units, we'll have the tens. After the tens, you have the hundred. After the hundred, you have the thousands. After the thousands, you have the tens of what? Thousands. After the tens of thousands, you have the hundred of what? Thousands. After the hundred of thousands, we have the what? The million. So you see, we have the unit, tens, hundred, thousand, tens of thousand, hundred of thousands, and then we'll have the what? They have the million. Now there used to be a point here for the decimal what? A point here for the decimal place. Now after this decimal point, the other numbers you have on this other side becomes fractional or decimal number. They also have a place. Remember I told you initially that there is a place for every digit in a set of numbers. Now let's consider this. Every number here is called the what? The tenth. We'll call it the tenth. In case you may be told, asked in your exam, these are the tenths. It's different from the tens. Now we also have the next one is small letter. Note is different from the hundred. And finally we have the what? The thousandth. It's different from the thousand. So you see, and on it goes. So any number that falls after this point is a what? Is a decimal number, and most of them are represented by this. This is the tenth, that is 1/10. This is the hundred, that is 1/100, and this is the thousand, that is 1/1000. They can also be represented as 0.1 here, 0.01, and this is 0.001. So you see, this is the fractional part, and this is the what? The decimal part. So now I want to see how we can place this numeral I'm going to give you in their various place value. Now let's look at this sample, example 1. They ask you to place the value in the numeral we are going to look at 397.678. Now this is the numeral and we are asked to place every digit in this numeral in their place value. Now come to look at this. We have numbers in the units, we have in the tens, and we have in the what? Hundreds. We have number in the tens, we have number in the what? In the hundreds, and we have number in the what? Thousands. So what is the place value of 3 here? The place value of 3 is in the what? 3 is in the what? In the 100. You get it right because it's going to be what? 300. Right? Now 9 is in the what? 9 is in the what? Is in the tens. Because when you extend it is going to give you 9 and what? And 0. While 7 is in the what? 7 is in the what? Is in the unit. Because when you extend it, it's going to give you what? Just 7. So you see, we have finally got to see the place value of 3, 9, and what? And 7. Now, what about the place value of the rest of these numbers? Now, let's look at them. So remember, we are giving this number 397.678, and we have succeeded in finding the place value of 3, 9, and 7. Now we want to look at the place value of 6, which is in the decimal place. 6 belongs to the what? To the tenths, and it can be represented by 6 over what? 10, which is 0.6. Now the 7 is in the what? In the 100 what? In the hundredth state, and it can be represented by what? 7 over 100, which is equal to 0.07. Remember that. Now finally, the 8 is in the what? Is in the thousandth state, and it is represented by 8 over what? 1000, or 0.008. So you see, every digit in this number that is given to us have their what? Place value. So you can be asked, given any number like this, to place them in their value. Remember, the numbers can be in million, it can be in hundreds of millions, it can be in thousands, it can be in thousands of hundreds of thousands, it can be in tens of thousands, it can be in the thousands, it can be in the hundreds, it can be in the tens, and it can be in the units. Wherever they might be, all you need to do is to learn how to arrange them in the base in which they should be and put them in their various place value. Now we are going to see how we can represent numbers in the abacus. Remember, I told you that the abacus is a tool that can help us place numbers in their various place value. Now take for example, we are given this question. In this question, you are asked to represent the number in and what? in an abacus. And what is the number? You are asked to represent this number. Let's say the number is to represent 25076 in what? In an abacus. A question can come like this since you are in grade 5. So if you are given this kind of number and you are asked to place this number in an abacus, what should you do? Of course, I've told you earlier on and I've shown you what an abacus is, and then we can do it. Now let's look at how we can place these various numbers in an abacus. Now remember, I told you an abacus is a number that is like this, in which every number is. So abacus is just like this, where you have the units, you have the tens, you have the hundred, you have the thousand, you have the tens of what? You have the tens of thousand, you have the hundred of what? Thousand, if you have such numbers. Now we have number in the unit, we have number in the tens, we have number in the thousands, we have number hundreds, we have number in the thousands, and we have number in the tens of thousand. Now we are going to place these various numbers in their various place value. We are going to start from the unit part. So from in the unit, how many numbers do we have? We have the 6 in the unit. So if you place it in the abacus, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what? And 6. Are you following? Of course, this can be taxing, but I want you to look at this. In the tens part, we have 7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now in the hundred state, we have 0, and there is no number there, so we won't fill this with anything. Lastly, we have 5 in the thousands, and these thousands we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and what? 5. Now in the tens of thousands, we have what? Just what? 2, and this will give us 2000. This will give us 25,000 and what? And 76. So you see that we've comfortably represented this number in an abacus. So you see, it's very easy. If you are given numbers and you are asked to represent them in abacus, it is very easy to go about representing this number in an abacus. You can see this abacus physically. You can ask your mom to get one for you. Now we want to look at how we can also see the need of placing numbers like this in their expanded form. You can be given a number and you'll be asked to put them in their expanded form, including the fractional or the decimal number. How can we go about doing that? Let's consider an example. Now let's look at example 3. In this example, I'm going to teach you how you can place numbers in their expanded form. Now let's assume we are given this number. Example 3. Let's assume you are given this number 25678, right? Including a decimal 1. What? You are asked to write the number in its what? Extended what? Extended what? Extended form. Now what do we mean by the extended form? Extended form simply means representing this number in the in the values in which they should appear in their normal form. If it is 100, you put it in the hundreds. If it is in thousands, you put it in the thousand. The tens should be in the tens and the unit will be in the units. So if we have 25678.13 what? 5. We are asked to represent this in the extended form. What do we have? We have 2. 2 will be what? 20 what? 20,000, right? Because we have this in the units, this is in the units, this is in the what? Tens, this is in the hundred, this is in the thousands, and this is in the tens of thousands. But we are going to have it as what? 20,000. We have it as what? 20,000 plus 5 is in the thousands too. That will be what? 5 what? 5,000, right? 6 is in the hundred. That will be what? 6 what? 100 plus 7 is in the tens. That will be what? 7 and 0 plus 8 is in the unit. That will be what? 8 plus 1 is in the tenths. That will be what? 1 over what? 10 plus 3 is in the 3 is in the hundreds, and that will be plus what? 3 over what? 100 plus 5 is in the thousandths, and that will be what? 5 over what? 1,000. So you see, all these numbers have been written in their extended form. 2 is in the 20, is in the thousands, which is 20,000. 5 is also in the thousand, which is 5,000. 6 is in the hundred, which is 600. 7 is in the tens, which is 70. 8 is in the unit, and this is in the what? In the tenths, which is 1 over 10. This is what? 3 over 100. And lastly, 5 is 1 over 1,000. In any way the question might come, all I want you to know is to know how to place every number in their value. Today we have been able to see how we can place values, numbers in digits in their various place value in a set of number, and I've been able to show you the importance of place value in any number. I've been able to show you how you can place decimal number in their place what? Values, and how you can use an abacus to what? To place number in their various place value. And finally, I've shown you how you can do number or write numbers in their extended form. Whichever way any question might come, I know you are capable now of solving them. It's quiz time. Now you want to try our quizzes, all you need to do is to go to the instruction section of this video and download the worksheet. The worksheet contains the quizzes I have for you. Remember, try these quizzes yourself. Don't let your mommy do it for you, because we want to make you a super duper mathematician. Do it, get your answers, and drop your answers in the comment section of this video, and we will see it. Guess what we'll give you? We're going to give you a bonus if you get the whole answers correctly. You know, wonder what that bonus will be? Just finish the question and we'll see you in our next video. In the next video, we are going to teach you how you can identify prime numbers. You don't want to miss it. So hit the subscribe button so that you will be able to get this video once they are produced. I remain Andy, and I look forward to seeing you watch our next video.